Every artist likes to have a little personal reward.
Yes.
And it's not the financial reward, it's what's in here. It's this reward.
We had done lots of different syllabi before we went to ADAPT. We were associated with CDTA, I had teachers with BATD, and we tried to implement our own syllabus at one point. Tracy was actually the first person to say, you really should try the ADAPT syllabus.
Mr. and Mrs. Foley opened up what was called the TTS, or the Teachers Training Program. And what it is, it's a 3-year certification course where every summer you go for 3 years. Through that process, you then become a certified ADAPT instructor.
Can anyone teach ADAPT even if they haven't taken a teacher training course? Is the book available to anyone who owns a studio?
It is. It's perfectly welcome for anybody who has not done the TTS to go and teach the work. I found it to be incredibly beneficial to go, even after all the years of teaching it, to then go back and do the actual TTS. I found that the information that Mr. and Mrs. Foley provide is unbelievable.
We show them the step, and then we give them what it's going to be down the road 5 years from now. This is why we do this today.
That's what's great about the teacher's training, is I actually am one-on-one with the examiners. They make you do it. So I'm doing it myself, thinking, okay, what am I thinking? How can I explain to the kids how I want this done to better prepare them?
And they just get re-motivated as to what to look for, the eye to catch the wrong thing, how to say it, how to be generous to the children and yet be demanding of them at the same time.
They go into such great detail in the pedagogy of the work, not just here's the work. They don't even touch the work until you're midway through the week. They teach you how to teach the work and the build-ups and the proper pedagogy and developmental tools in order to teach your students in the classroom.
I found that the ADAPT syllabus is really helping me as a dancer, because from when I started in junior 3 to where I am now, I feel like it's given me the basis and like the platform of technique that I need to have for this level, so that I can really apply my own style and give my own flair to things rather than just going by the book. I feel that the ADAPT syllabus helps me learn how to use all the different muscles. So you learn about how you need to use your turnout and your inner thigh when you're in a releve, how to support your arms, and you transfer that from ballet to the ADAPT and ADAPT back to the ballet so that you get a stronger foundation.
Because of the ADAPT syllabus, we have been able to maintain our high level of ballet technique. In the last, I would say, probably 5 or 6 years, the standard of the school has increased tremendously, and I would certainly attribute that to the RAD and the ADAPT training.
In ballet, because the syllabi in ballet is like 250 years old, and you've got great syllabi like the RAD and the Cicchetti and the Morganova system and the ISTD, they've got a foundation there in the classics that has never failed. Well, we've never had a foundation in jazz and tap in the past that has never failed. We're hoping that ADAPT will be part of that foundation for the future, a syllabi that has guidelines that won't fail.
It prepares you for all your positions and all of your technique, how to fully stretch that leg, have it stretched and turned out, whether you become a contemporary dancer or a modern dancer.
They get into the fundamentals of the work and they explain the reasons why, because for a lot of teachers coming into the syllabus, you don't understand why they approach the work a certain way, but they're able to give you those answers, and by the time you hit the end of the course, you're like, I get it. I see all the dots connecting, and the proof is in your juniors going through to your pre-professional levels. You really do see the expansive difference between the junior work versus the more advanced work.
The formula has a root structure that follows through, that teachers can understand and that they are capable of teaching. And what ADAPT does is ADAPT reinforces the how-to method to help make those particular skill sets better. We've developed a strategy within our ADAPT world that follows 4 very important areas of training. What to teach, when to teach it, how to teach it, and why to teach it. After they've learned the what to do, they now have to back up a little bit and start implying the how to do.
In the junior level, it's really about the what to do. This is what you do. You need the power, you need the attack. Here's your pliés, here's your tendus, here's the basis of your turnout. here's how you attack the work, here's how you travel, here's how you jump, here's how you spring into the air, here's how you turn.
I think what happens is a lot of the teachers in this day and age want their kids to do footed pirouettes and turning switch flips when they're 9, but they haven't given them one tool to get them to that level through their training.
Yeah.
We give the teachers stepping stones that we've built our strategy on.
Like everybody wants to know what's next and how can we make it better and what should we do. And you know, we don't have all the answers, but I think between Brian and I and the motivation that the teachers give us and the students, we seem to come up with the right suggestions.
All of the reason why it stays current is because of Mr. and Mrs. Foley.
And the syllabus has definitely changed. That's something I love about the syllabus, is that they're constantly adapting it.
With us, every 2 or 3 years, we try to motivate the teachers and we give them a little bit more, little change here, little change there, and it just keeps them on their toes.
They look at current trends and they look at how kids are mastering the work year by year. And every few years they reassess the syllabus and often adding more difficult things. They've started to add a lot more ballet technique because you'll see professional dance ballet training is just so important.
It really has to evolve to allow students the opportunity to grow as a performer, as a dancer.
The kids are all progressing and working towards harder things consistently across the country.
What would you say the impact of this syllabus is on educating dancers in Canada?
It's provided solid technique. It's given jazz the respect and that it puts it on par with ballet in that respect in terms of the amount of discipline it requires to do the work, the amount of dedication and perseverance, because it asks a lot of a student.
You know, dancers are athletes. It trains them to be athletic. The adapt dancer is stepping on a stretch, supporting life. Their pirouettes are lifted, their center is there.
It is constantly challenging and motivating the kids to continue to want to learn more. It truly lies in the hands of the teacher. If a teacher is motivated and wants to be creative with the work and find new ways to approach the work, there really is no limitation to it.
The magic, Annie, is not the words in the syllabus book. The magic is the teacher. A teacher teaches, a good teacher demonstrates, a great teacher motivates. What you don't get on YouTube is motivation. You might get the picture, you might get the message, you might get a voice telling you what to do, but there is something missing, and what's missing is that very, very important formula that someone reaches out and actually touches you and motivates you to do it better. That's what ADAPT tries to sell to all of its teachers, that, you know, to be a great motivator is going to make you a quality teacher.
I definitely love doing the ADAPT syllabus because it really grounds me and strengthens me. It teaches me to be more comfortable with the way I dance and with my body. It's just really helped me with my strength and technique.
It's more about your own style and finding how that's going to help you in a professional situation. It's really helped me with picking up choreography quickly. I think the ADAPT syllabus is really going to prepare me for the professional world and what's beyond the studio doors.
It helps you to go into workshops. It helps you audition professionally, like anything. It's great, and it's helped my technique. I know that ever since I was younger.
You don't have to be rigid, but if you follow the steps, you can't go wrong unless you are not a motivator.
Every teacher is an educator. Some are educators in different degrees. Some like to teach children, some like to teach professionals. I think the most important thing for ADAPT is that every teacher that becomes part of the ADAPT world knows the importance of that, what you and I talked about earlier, accountability. And I think that the strategies behind our syllabus does promote quality results.